Let's be real for a second. You just spent an hour studying. You turned all the pages. You even used a yellow highlighter. But if I asked you right now to tell me one thing you remember, you'd draw a complete blank. Your brain feels like mush. All that time, completely wasted. You feel guilty and a little bit panicky because that test is getting closer and you have nothing to show for your effort. I get it. I've been there. You're not lazy. You're not incapable. You're just using a broken method. You've been told your whole life to read and study, but nobody ever showed you how. So you do the only thing you know how to do. You passively stare at words until your eyes glaze over. It doesn't have to be this way. What if you could cut your study time in half and remember twice as much? What if you could walk into that exam room not with sweaty palms and a racing heart, but with a calm certainty? You open the test booklet, read the first question, and the answer just appears. It's not magic. It's a system. A simple, step-by-step method that forces your brain to do its job. The secret has nothing to do with reading more. It has everything to do with reading smarter. It's called active reading. Passive reading is like watching a train go by. Active reading is like driving the train. You're in control. You're asking questions, making connections, and forcing your brain to engage. It's the difference between hearing a song and learning to play it on the guitar. One is consumption, the other is mastery. Here is your new blueprint. Follow these steps exactly. Step 1 is the preview. Do not, under any circumstances, start with the first sentence. You are not ready yet. First, you need a map. Take 2 or 3 minutes and be a spy. Scope out the entire chapter. Read the title. That's your mission. Read every single heading and subheading. These are your landmarks. Look at every picture, chart, and graph. Read the captions. Then, flick to the end and read the summary or the review questions. This tells you where you're going. You are not trying to learn anything during this preview. You are building a skeleton. You're creating a simple, bare-bones structure in your mind. When you later read about photosynthesis, your brain already has a folder labeled plant processes to put it in. This stops the information from being a jumbled mess. It gives it a home. Now, you read. But you are no longer a passive reader. You are an active interrogator, and your pen is your tool. Your job is to have a conversation with the text. Please, I am begging you, put the highlighter down. Highlighting is a trap. It tricks you into feeling productive while your brain takes a nap. You can highlight an entire page and remember nothing. Instead, do this. As you read, look for the most important idea in each paragraph. It's usually 1 or 2 sentences. When you find it, put a small, simple mark in the margin next to it. A vertical line, a dot, a check mark, nothing fancy. Then, the most critical part, write a tiny note in your own words. Just 2 or 3 words is enough. If the paragraph describes the economic causes of a war, write money reasons for war. If it defines a term like cognitive dissonance, write holding 2 conflicting beliefs. If a question pops into your head, write it down. How does this work? Is this similar to X? If you're using a library book or a PDF, use sticky notes or the comment tool. This act of writing is not just note-taking. It is processing. You are forcing your brain to digest the information, to chew it up, and to spit it back out in a simpler form. You are making it yours. Okay, this next step is the one everyone wants to skip because it feels strange. Do not skip it. This is where the magic happens. After you finish a small section-headed section, or maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs, stop, close the book, look away from your screen, take a breath. Now, say out loud, in your own words, what you just learned. Explain it to your coffee mug. Teach it to your poster on the wall. Just get the words out of your mouth. Alright, so the main point here is that the 3 branches of government are designed to check and balance each other. The legislative branch makes laws, but the executive can veto them, and the judicial can declare them unconstitutional. If you can explain it clearly and simply, you own that knowledge. If you stumble, mumble, or can't remember what the judicial branch even does, that is a gift. You have just found a crack in your understanding. You now know exactly what to fix. So you open the book and you reread only that specific part. This effort, this struggle to recall and articulate, is like sending a signal to your brain that says, this is important. Save this file, do not delete. Finally, you have to test yourself. The learning isn't finished when you close the book. It's finished when you can retrieve the information on demand. Before you even think about moving on, test your knowledge. Use the review questions at the end of the chapter. Make flashcards for key terms, formulas, or dates. The moment you have to struggle to pull the answer from the depths of your memory, you are strengthening the pathway to that information. Each time you successfully recall it, you make that pathway a little wider, a little smoother, until retrieving it on an exam feels effortless. Let's make this absolutely clear with an example. You have a psychology chapter on memory. You preview. You see headings, 3-stage model, sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory. You see a diagram of boxes and arrows. You've built your skeleton. You start reading about short-term memory, pen in hand. You read that it holds about 7 items for 20-30 seconds. You put a vertical line in the margin next to that fact. You write, hold 7 things, 30 sec, in your own words. You finish the section. Book closed. You say, short-term memory is like a tiny, leaky bucket. It can only hold about 7 pieces of information, and it loses them after half a minute unless you keep repeating them. Perfect. Later you test. You make a flashcard. What is the capacity and duration of short-term memory? You force yourself to write the answer. Done. This process will feel slower at first. It will feel clunky. That is normal. You are building a new skill. But very quickly, it will become second nature. And you will save so much time and stress later. You won't be cramming. You'll be reviewing. So here's what I need you to do. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take your very next reading assignment, the one you've been dreading, and use this entire method, just once. Preview it for 2 minutes. Read it with a pen, making your small marks and notes. Stop every few paragraphs and explain it out loud to your empty room. Then, test yourself on the main points. Prove to yourself that it works. Feel the difference when you realize you can recall the information without looking. That feeling of confidence is what you've been missing. Stop pouring your time into a leaky bucket. Patch the holes. Start building a library in your mind where every book has its place and you can find any piece of information you need exactly when you need it. Go try it. The only thing you have to lose is that feeling of panic before your next exam.